This is Trey Thomas with the Philadelphia Eagles, and you're watching Voice of the Box with Matt Crevin.
Okay, good morning and welcome to Voice of the Box. I have the pleasure of Perry Butler joining me this morning. First of all, Perry, thanks for taking a few minutes before your busy day starts.
Well, very happy to be here, Matt, and Happy New Year to you.
Thank you, likewise. Perry, what I'd like to start with is, you and your empire of restaurants is well documented. You like the word empire, didn't you?
It's a great word. Might be a little highfalutin, but it's okay.
But well, that's the way we work here at Voice of the Box. So I think that's pretty well documented, and I can go on and on about that element of your life. But what I want to get from our interview today is when you moved out here. I believe it was 1969 when you moved out from the East Coast. Is that correct?
67.
Oh, 67. See, that's how much we're into facts here on the show.
Union Street opened in 69.
Okay.
That's what you're thinking.
So I had half of it right.
You did.
Tell me about the connection with when the connection with the 49ers started, how the connection started, and then we're going to get into talking about exactly what you do here.
Okay. It started in 1986, which was the first year the luxury suites came into being. There were no suites. There was an open mezzanine around the stadium here. They built the suites in 86, and then they needed somebody to do a higher level of food than was previously available here for that. So they interviewed 5 different catering companies, 4 big national companies, and us. We were a small local company known as then Butler Catering. And we had an audition, basically. It wasn't a bidding process. It was like, this is our style of food, this is what the employees would wear. And they loved what we did, and they didn't like so much what the other people did, and they gave us the job. And it was like, whoa, here we go. So that was the fall. Well, that audition was in the summer of 86, and we began with that fall season in 86, and there were 55 suites then, and we just started doing it.
Now, is it still called Butler Catering, or is there a new name to it?
We changed the name some years ago to Union Street Catering.
Okay. So Union Street Catering, now we're going to back up just a little bit, is responsible, and please connect the dots if I've missed anything here, not only the catering for the press box, all the members of the press that come here for every home game, but also all of the luxury suites. Is there anything else that I've missed that what Union Street Catering covers?
Look at it this way. We do everything in this stadium except the concession food that, if someone wants a hot dog and a beer, the company called Centerplate does that.
Okay.
But we do the luxury suites, we feed the press, we run a big restaurant called the Stadium Club, we run another restaurant, a self-serve restaurant called the Hofbrau, we put food in the referee's room, we feed the cheerleaders, we put broth in the players' room, we do the Dr. York's VIP stuff, and probably about 6 other areas that I'm forgetting. We feed the TV crews when they come in a couple days before, and on and on and on.
Is there any way to put a number to, or a quantity to, how much food is brought in? That's covering a lot. Is there, and that may be a tough question, but is there any way to quantify that at all?
There probably is, but I'm the worst person you would ask.
Okay.
Our chef could answer that question for you. This wonderful woman, Dawn Gadigian, who does all the food for us. She's fabulous, and she would know. But, we feed in excess of 2,000 people a game in various venues.
Right. Now, certainly there's going to be a different menu perhaps for the cheerleaders as there would be for the York family. And is there ever been any really unique requests that have been consistent between maybe the Barlow family, the York family, or what you've done in the press box?
No, sometimes for the visiting owner, if it was a the New Orleans game, when they would come in, we'd try and do some New Orleans style food for the owner, which when you think about it is probably kind of silly. He gets New Orleans food all the time.
Right.
We probably should have just done our traditional stuff. But no, it's all pretty straightforward. The key thing about catering is it's all portable. You prepare it here, serve it there. So you got to keep the hot stuff hot and the cold stuff cold, and that's really the challenge. So we do pretty much all American cuisine that works well in the scenario of a football stadium. You know what though? We can put all these fancy dishes on our luxury suite menu, which we do. You know what's ordered mostly? Hot dogs. That's what people's expectation of coming to a game. They want hot dogs. So we give them a big, yummy hot dog, and we give them the other stuff, but it's hot dogs and chili and guac and chips that carry the day.
Absolutely. Since 1986, you've been doing this. The game on the field has changed. How would you respond to the question of what's changed in the world of catering to an NFL stadium over the years since you've been doing this?
Well, it becomes a little more sophisticated. It becomes the demands become greater. You got to do a little more variety. The TV crews sometimes, you have different MOs depending on what network it is. We used to love the Monday night football. Those people come in days ahead and they spend like crazy. Monday night audiences spend like crazy because it's a night game and it's an event. We haven't had a Monday night game in a while.
That's right.
hopefully we'll get one in the near future as things start to look up here. But I think over time, it's just the volume has gone up a little bit, and the numbers have gone up. The other area that we do is this 49er tailgate, alumni tailgate. I forgot to mention that. That's a new thing just in the last 2 or 3 years. That's a very exciting thing they do out there, and it'll do anywhere from 500 to 1,100 people a game. We do a barbecue out there for those people. And so they've added things in certain areas, and Dr. York has added things to different level of food in his suite. We do stuff for him that we don't do for anybody else.
Now, I don't like to take the negative approach here on my show, but I must ask you the biggest challenge and the greatest pleasure of what your job brings you.
Well, the biggest challenge is just getting all the food in all the right places at the right time, and having the servers do a good job and being in touch with people all throughout the game. I mean, no matter how good you were the last game, doesn't matter. You got to perform this game, just like a football team.
Right.
So the biggest challenge is just getting it done in all the different areas and doing it right. And the greatest pleasure is the satisfaction of people saying, "Hey, I had your food. It was terrific. We had a great time," and just knowing that people are happy, because that's what we're in the business to serve, and if people are pleased with what you've done, that's the payoff.
Right. Well, I can attest to that. Having been here 17 years, I've eaten a lot of press box food, and I can personally say thank you. Perry Butler of Perry's, of course, and also of Union Street Catering.
Union Street Catering.
Appreciate you taking the time.
All right, Matt, my pleasure. Thanks very much.